Right, we're live. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to the Kiwi Lads channel. We are here, the Singapore Sevens semi-final. This matchup between Australia and Fiji. It's going to be a sensational one. It says delayed, but that is just because a couple of the other games did run a little bit longer than they were anticipated. But both of these sides, they worked hard to get themselves towards this situation. Fiji, the last 5 times these two sides have played off, they have won every single time. We have got Yanlu in the chat. Also, Aravis here. Tesla, Kinisa Lotte is in the chat, and also Lizia, Tesla, Paddy Wagon. I hope you guys are all doing well. Fiji in their semi-final, they did beat the Blitzbox 19 points to 14. Then for the Australians, they actually won their game quite comfortably, winning at 29 points to 5 over Argentina. But the lineup that they have gone with for this match for Fiji, it is going to be their captain, Vikuna Rabili. As you guys know, I still can't say his name too well. Talatholo, Dalgunu, Naithunu, Jerry Tawai, Rasaku, and then it will be Naduvalu slotting in there at number 12. Then for Australia, Nick Maloof, Henry Hutchinson, Ben Maher, Josh Turner, Dietrich Roach, Corey Toole, and then it is Matthew Gonzalez, the last man in the lineup for the Australians. But currently, the two sides make their way out onto the field. I'm very excited for this game. Whoever wins it goes through to the final to face off against either New Zealand or Ireland. And I'm just having flashbacks to that gold medal match at the Tokyo Olympics, New Zealand versus Fiji. Is it possible, or will the Australians be able to get the job done? Now, it's very impressive, though. The last 5 games between the two sides have gone the way of the Fijians. But now we are ready to go. Like they're saying, several debutants for both of these sides. Fiji, they're on a 3-match winning streak currently. They lost to Ireland at the start of group play, but then from there, they've just fought back. Go Fiji. And at their chat as well. And that was from Kinisolate. Currently now ready to go for the Fijians. They are holding up the ball. They are hoping that this will be their opportunity to not just return to the 7th circuit, but to return to the 7th circuit with a big bang and maybe a trophy in the cabinet as well. And now it is going to be Jeremy Rosier in charge of this 132nd match on the series. So a very experienced referee for a very important game for both of these two sides. Winner goes through to the semi-final. Loser goes through to the bronze medal final, which we will also be covering on the channel. But nonetheless, Corey Toole scored 3 in his last match. Very impressive from him. Talatholo also is in some very good form, but now this game is about to be underway. Dietrich Roach will be kicking us off. Stella has said Fiji for this one. Do let me know your score predictions in the chat as well, ladies and gentlemen. Jerry Tawai lifted up, and now Fiji have got this one. Nathunu goes back across, and I believe that Talatholo will definitely be a player to watch out for Fiji. Currently, I believe it's Rasaku actually ended up almost tackling himself, ended up slipping a little bit inside of the 22. It's hot, it's humid, and it is going to be a tricky day of playing conditions. Now, nice step. Now trying to make his way through. It's up to the 22, and everyone is back in Fiji. They always have a huge amount of support. Jerry Tawai passing it across. Fiji just looking to hang on to the ball for a little bit longer. Position. Talatholo, little flick on the inside. Miscommunication, but Rasaku is there to be able to pick it up. Tackled low. Now passing it across. It was the Fijian captain. Now Jerry Tawai almost getting the ball in his hands. And currently Fiji, they just don't want to give this ball up. Now it's going to be Vikuna Kabili. I can't say his name, and it really annoys me every single time I mess it up. But now Josh Turner, he's got that ball back for the Australians, and now kicking it in behind Corey Toole. We know how much pace he's got. It's going to be a foot race, him and Talatholo. And at this stage, Corey Toole trying to kick it sideways. Talatholo doing everything he can to fight for that ball. And I believe he's just done enough. And you'd have to argue there was a knock on somewhere along the lines there. But both sides are playing at a frantic pace. Only live streaming the Oceania teams. And this is Roman. We do normally try and do quite a few of the other games, but it is just Talatholo straight through. We will come back to that. But first of all, Talatholo, he scores the opening try of the match for the Fijians. And he puts it down over the try line as well. At this stage, I will mention pretty much the reasoning behind these ones is because I do all the finals matchups and also any game that squeezes in that doesn't overlap with Super Rugby. It's just worked out conveniently that a majority of the time it has been the Oceania games. And also 22-19 for Fiji, and he does all the games he can. And there, no, he's not as us as Richard, but Talatholo going straight through. I mentioned how he was going to be one to watch out for, and he has already proven just that. No tongue out for that one, though. In the game up against the South Africans, he really stuck his tongue out at Zane Davids. I let him know what he thought of it, and also what a run New Zealand versus Fiji for the finals. These Roman Soldiers, that would be an absolutely awesome match if it can take place, but that one's gone over. Now for Fiji, and they are going to be sitting there at 7-0. Fiji have won 19 of their last 20 games in this matchup. So that's against Australia. So that is impressive and a half. Now going up for the ball. Knocked back onto the side of the Fijians, although there's a penalty against Fiji there. I believe it was because he was in front of the kicker, so it is going to be offside against the captain. Right, we're going to try his name one more time. Vakuranabili. Hopefully I get the hang of it before the final, because I feel Fiji have got the potential of being able to make their way through. Australia have won 2 out of their last 3 Cup semi-finals this season. And also South Africa lost 3 times in a row. Wonder what happened when you finally have wonder what happened when you finally have a threat at the 7th tournament. But the big thing is, it wasn't actually like the first time they lost was to the US. One of the other times to Argentina. Those are 2 sides they've been playing against that was slapped down there. Little bit offside of the breakdown. Now taking this quick tap. It is going to be Ben Ma straight up the middle. Ma is on a tear currently, trying to link up with Roach, who does get the offload. That's a brilliant tackle. And I believe Fiji just able to tie up the arm there. Hutchinson now passes it back across to Josh Turner, trying to go around the side here. Hutchinson, one of his first touches of the match for the the Australian captain. Now Turner recycles quickly. Roach for the corner, and it's going to be Maloof who scores it. And also, to be honest, one of the big teams beats South Africa. As I said, Patty, but that is going to be the try for Nick Maloof. Does score his first try of the match and his first try in Singapore. Hasn't scored in any other match other than this one, and he's chosen a perfect time to be able to do so. It was going to happen, sadly. And as I said, Paddy Wagon, also Argentina are a big team. They certainly are. They're currently ranked 2nd overall, and also close to making it to the final, same as the USA. There's a row in there as well, but Nick Maloof going for the corner and top 2 and 4 beats South Africa's sides yesterday. Brilliant finish from Nick Maloof, though, staying just in the field of play. And Fiji beats South Africa. And as I says, Paddy Wagon, that's a big kick from Roach. He does miss it away to the side. Go Fiji, go. And there says, hopefully I pronounced that correctly. Do let me know if I got that wrong, though. I'll try my best to correct it. But currently, Talatholo scored the first try of the match for Fiji. Maloof scored the first try of the match for the Australians. Go Fiji, go. And they're from Asgunda. Now, it will be Roach kicking off this one. They are going to be aiming for probably their tallest player out on the field. Doesn't quite get a Maloof, though. Now Jerry Tawai taking it nicely, almost tackled by his teammate. That situation, but now Talatholo in the midfield. When that man starts striding, you know there's going to be magic on the field. Big man as the captain. Billy almost finding the offload on the outside. And also, where is the watching link? So it is on the World Rugby YouTube channel. So you can check that one out if you do want to watch this live. If it's not available for your country live, though, you can watch the replay purely completely through on World Rugby's YouTube channel. Come on, New Zealand, let's make these guys bullet. And then also we've got there, go Fiji, go, and let's go Fiji, go from Edward. And also Rui is going for the Tosoviti, which is, of course, going for Fiji. In this game, it was a big fend to the face of Corey Tall, but he took it like a champ. And now it is going to be the line out here for the Australians. Going in, Nick Maloof and Tosoviti. And they're out from Michael, now passing it across. 22 metres out, Roach fires it back now into the hands of Big Ma. Ben Ma, he's been impressive. He's just been dropped on his head almost accidentally by one of the Fijians. Now Corey Tall goes across to Roach. 22 metres out for their own line here. Trying to break the line. It was Gonzalez. A flat pass off into the hands of Roach. Now Corey Tall, great step, and now he's got the line break. And that is all that man needs. Corey Tall going around. He's got plenty of tries in his resume. Fires the ball up. Now Gonzalez, it's a 3-on-2. Out wide. Now Roach. The draw and pass has worked out. One of the Fijians, I believe it was the fullback. And he was caught napping there, unfortunately. Fucking Billy. He was just stuck in the wrong place. And where do I watch the game? World Rugby YouTube channel is your best bet for that one. Yeah, if you just search World Rugby, you'll be able to see it. And also Tosa Viti Tosa, says Edwin. And go Fiji, go, says Michael. And there as well. And also what was... with you, what was up with the bro Jay, and there, I think if you give him half an inch, he'll take a mile. So I guess, yeah, he was just in his trolling mood, possibly. Hello, what I missed. Currently 2nd try of Australia, and they did end up going over. And in the end, it was down the wing, and it was very nicely scored by Henry Hutchinson. Well, that one, and also South Africa lost 3 games in a row. Says Petty for that one, and also finally my Blues are a good side now. Just need the Warriors to do the same. And Toso Viti Toso. And this is Edward. So the question is, can Fiji fight back in the second half? Because currently the first half is just about over for these 2 sides. But big Henry Hutchinson, boy, he was getting some steam going with the thighs and the legs. He's got them built like brick houses. and just ends up going over, putting the ball down. And it is going to be now a 12-7 lead for Australia. Make that now, 12-7, because he did get that kick over halftime in this game. 5-point margin between the two sides. Australia just leading by a little bit here. And the loser of this game will face the loser of the game between Ireland and New Zealand. So if New Zealand lost to Ireland, Fiji lost to Australia, there's still a chance that we could see that awesome lineup, or that matchup of New Zealand taking on Fiji. So that's going to be taking place in 13 minutes' time. So that's going to be a random time of the night, but it is going to be at 8:47. 8:47 is when that one is taking place. And where do I watch the game? World Rugby website is the best place to watch it. So you just YouTube World Rugby. That's all you got to do. Our Warriors are getting up there so far. And a lot of time for Fiji, exactly right. And also over there, they sometimes can disappoint you. And there's Roman. And also, no spamming, bro. So here's Paddy Wigan. But yeah, anyone who does want to watch this game, if it's not available for your country live, you can watch it on the replay on the World Rugby YouTube channel, as I highly recommend that you do check it out on that one. But currently now, it is going to be 12 points to Australia and 7 for Fiji. Currently a very even game, other than the fact, in fact, it's almost identical, other than the fact that Australia have got a couple more line breaks and also have got one extra try on the board now. Australia currently in the huddle. Jerry Tawai with the experience for Fiji. He's going, come on, boys, how much do we want this? And Jerry Tawai just really trying to fire up the young guns in his side. They've got Ratu Rathiri. I don't think we've seen him too much throughout this series yet. And also Pukayaro, another good player to have coming off the bench for the Fijians in this game. And also Fiji needs to move the ball to his leg. So, yeah, they just need to find that gap in the Australian defence and use that power, because Vakurana Billy, for me, it looks like he's a bit tired. And he is a solid individual, so maybe it's time to take him off and replace him with someone else. Just at this stage of the match, he's got that experience, but I think it would also be strategic to have him come off the field. But now it's going to be Nathaniel will be getting ready to kick off this one. How come Fiji has 24 points? Is this their first tournament back, or am I missing something? Yep, first tournament back in a very long time. Fiji knock it back onto their side. His quarter's going backwards. Now, one of the Australians, I think it was Ben Maher, trying to knock it forwards a little bit more. Jerry Tawai off now to Nachunu. Bump off, big one there. Offload on the inside. Fiji and flair at its finest. And that is going to be the try there. And Asaku scores. In fact, no, it was Nadavalu who scores his 8th try in the Singapore Sevens. And they're back in, and yeah, he needs to bench first. And there says Late and also go Fiji, says Amori, and slow down Fiji and reset a ruck time. That was brilliantly done by Jerry Tawai. Bump off. Who was that who went flying? I think that was Nick Maloof. Just almost took off. And then from there, it was scored very nicely by Nodolavu. And now, Fiji, a crucial kick here. And what a fend. Yeah, he certainly got him. He just away to the side, and Fiji missed last one. And there, as I said, Paddy Wigan also, we've got their Tosafiti. And they're up from broken. And currently, the Fijians back to 12 all, starting this half how they intend to go on. They scored early on in the first half. They score early on in the second. But it's the in-between stage. So you're always going to have a Fijian in support for the offload. Also, we've got that, come on, Fiji, you can do it. And there's that also go nasal. And there's our nicely taken. Nope, it's a knock on by Fiji. Go Fiji. And then now it's going to be Corey Toole trying to back the pace. Looks like he's not too keen on passing it off just as of yet. A little bit of work between the two sides. It's going to be a penalty to Fiji for a player leaving his feet for the Australians, taking the quick tap there, Nathaniel. And you can see that the legs are burning for the flying Fijians, but they need to just soar for a bit longer and see if they can get through, or actually tackling himself, slipping over there on the ground. Early ball popping out the back. Jerry Tawai straight to the breakdown. And Aussie winning there. Says Laufili. Well, that one, and Aussie that did some tournaments, or did last one. And Aussie go Fiji, go. Says Etawate. Now on the halfway line currently for the Fijians. Little chip and chase. Oh, has he been taken out? That's the question. He's gone down. It is a penalty, double blow of the whistle. This could be a yellow card. And Roach is saying the question of, I don't think I moved, ref. To me, you are here. You moved here. You put your arm out. Obstruction. Yellow card. And now Roach is going to be off the field. I didn't know that, which tournament. And yeah, I believe they had a very young side for the Seva. I think they had a very young side. Or Malaga, one of the two. And also we got there, let's go New Zealand, nail them. And there, as I says, David them on. And of course, the final win is just around the corner where we could see them. And they did the 2 Dubai ones. As I says, Petty Wagons are currently now just marching back a little bit further to the mark. Okay, it's on the 22, and the Fiji, well, I was about to call them the Fiji and draw. Been watching too much Super Rugby. We do cover all the Fiji and draw games in Super Rugby, I should mention. So anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. There was duty play from the Aussie. And there, as I said, go Fiji, go, says Edward. Well, that one, but currently now the scrum feed on the 22. Australia only have 6 men on the field. 4.5 minutes left in this game. 1 minute and a half left of the roach. Yellow card and go New Zealand. You're unstoppable. As well says David. Yeah, their next game is going to be up against Ireland for their next matchup. And also we'll get their Lucko advantage, Mucker. And yeah, but we will go like this. And we will go like this. There we go. Did have to make sure that it was in the right place. And also we've got there. I was so confused. There's Roman. It's stolen there by Australia in the scrum. That is absolutely huge for them. Advantage to Fiji. Says over there, it's a knock-on advantage. Now Jerry Tawai passes it across, driving forward. Once again, New Zealand not playing. Says broken. Yeah, they are the next game up against Ireland. And also do Fiji under draw too, please. And then we are going to be doing their games. And they have got a game in 3 weeks' time as the first women's sevens that will be taking place. Now backline movement coming Ireland. Says Todd for that upcoming game. And we are covering that one straight after this one, ladies and gentlemen. Go Fiji, go, says Anish. Now going to the short side. They've got the man advantage. They've got to make the most of it, cutting nicely. Now not able to find the offload. I believe Henry Hutchison, you'd have to argue, did not really roll away the way that he needed to, which is why the penalty was not given to the Australians. Now pinning the ears back, looking at the corner. He doesn't get it down, I don't believe. I think he was out. And top commentary on this channel says, Guy, thank you very much, mate. But going upstairs, I don't think he quite had the gas left in the legs for Kanaklevata. Corey Toole. That's going to be out. Brilliant defense. Match-saving defense from Corey Toole there. And he had to. He just had to fly himself over there. He had no fear at all for Corey Toole to put his body on the line for his side. Dietrich Roach still off the field for another 18 minutes now. Oh, he's off for an HIA, though, and a bleeding nose. By the looks of it, series tackles, Australia have made 428 or 427, the only side to have more. South Africa at 480. But he just decided to go for the corner, and he just couldn't quite get there. Corey Toole has made that tackle look like it was an easy one to do. It was not when you got a big flying Fijian down the wing, but currently scrum feed now. Well, in fact, sorry, line out, and it will be Maurice Longbottom who's got this throw. 3 minutes left in this game between these two sides. If it goes to a draw at the end of full time, we will go to golden point, and then from there, someone will be able to get themselves to when they have been told to go on. Maurice Longbottom just taking his time for this one, going up right to the back. It is nicely taken by Maloof in the line at 80 minutes. Oh, you've done it again. And there is, oh, sorry, I must have said it a minute rather than seconds. Now going to back up Hutchinson. Now off to Longbottom. Going for it, 6 against 7. It is going to be big. Patterson is outside of their 22, and it seems like Australia are willing to really go for it one last time now. Hutchinson sells the dummy ball on the inside to Turner, and he was lined up pretty heavily, Hutchinson, and a big shot. That is also a big shot. Now Australia getting forced slowly closer and closer to their own line, and also Ayesha said how many seconds left for the sin bin. Currently, as soon as there's a stoppage, he will be allowed back out on the field for Roach. And also Aussie going to Wilson Matilda. This Fijian back to Fijian draw, and then go Fiji. So here's Guy Vesha. That was a loose ball, and Fiji almost able to steal him. Malufi gets back up, and that is a penalty to Fiji now. And who has the player off? It is Australia taking the quick tap for Fiji. Just needs this ball to sit up. It doesn't. Fiji score. And this time, Kanakaivata has been able to get his try. I was there, go Fiji, and go Fiji sees Lynette for that one. So Australia, they will now be back to a full 7 on the field, but at what cost? That try has just come the way of the Fijians, and they are trying to make their way straight through to the final to take on either New Zealand or Ireland for this one. But it was not releasing, or in fact, he got up, win again, and then the Y cut out past Fiji win. And there says Ayasha Nosaya has set the Fiji flag, and now Kanakawata able to score that one very nicely. I think that kick gone over as well. We have to wait and see New Zealand Fiji final. There's a chance that it could happen. That's a brilliant kick from Jerry Tawai. And that is a time to step up. 1 minute left now, and they have got a 7-point lead. And I was how many minutes left? Just the singular one. Come on, Fiji. says Unash, but anyone who is new to the channel, be sure to leave a like and subscribe, as it is hugely appreciated you guys all being here. Now, I believe the subs are just being made, and how many minutes left? Just the one. In fact, less than a minute now, 52 seconds now. As I think he says, yes, no worries at all. Currently now, okay, they are making a sub. Bukayaro out there on the field currently. Australia, they are third in the men's standings. Fiji, they sit in 11th, but they haven't taken part in the last couple competitions. So it's been a little while in New Zealand versus Fiji. So that's only if New Zealand beat Ireland, which will not be an easy task. Now they knock it back. Australia, it's going to be going for the corner possibly. Good tackle on Patterson. They just need to stall them for a little bit longer. Australia, it's a penalty to Fiji. And that was for the player leaving his feet. And defense Fiji, they can slow this one down now. And Hutchinson, he's arguing with the ref, maybe saying that one wasn't one, but Tossa boys and good go Fiji. Tossa Viti in their last 7 penalties. We've seen the last 5 go against the Australians, and now kicking this one for the touchline. Now only 15 seconds left. If they win this line out, they can almost kick this ball into touch and never say die. And that says Tiamo and Ozarego there. Let's go. And Vanaka Fiji says Erenia. It was a good run from Patterson, but they forced him wide, and I think that was the experience of Jerry Tawai. He said, don't let him go on the inside. Don't make it an easy kicker if they get through. And also we have got there, that's it as well, says Betty. And also we have got there, Tosafiti, says Avekesh. Currently now, Jerry Tawai with the line-out throw. Only a couple of seconds left in this game now. Jerry Tawai. As long as he gets this one right, Fiji will be going through to the final, and they do just that. It's passed back. Jerry Tawai puts it into the pocket. Fiji kick it into the crowd, and they win this match, the Fiji side, and they will be going through to the final, seeing whether or not it is going to be New Zealand or Ireland. We will have to wait and see for that very next match, which is starting in only a very short amount of time. So anyone who is new, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Also, check out that pinned comment. That is to the Kiwi Lads Sport, where we have plenty more content with sports in general coming up. As I watch the final, or what time the final is going to be at, I believe, 11:28 New Zealand time, but I will keep you up to date when we do switch over to that next one between New Zealand and Ireland, because that will tell us exactly when it is taking place and who is playing. And never nonetheless, we will see you all in about a minute's time over on that other live stream